May the words of my mouth and meditation of my heart be present to God and present to you, viewer. We want to begin a series on the Word of God, and we want to do a Bible exposition experience for sanctification, which is based on Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1 following. And especially today, we would like to cover from verse 1 through to verse 7. We are reminded through James chapter 1, verse 2 through to verse 4, that you know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance, and perseverance must finish its work, that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. We are in a season of COVID-19, which is a crisis or a pandemic. And during this very season, we require the ability of seeking God through faith. And faith comes by hearing, and hearing the Word of God. Therefore, the life or the conception of the faith is the Word of God. The Word of God that comes by hearing. Therefore, it is my prayer as we go through the journey of faith in this particular wilderness or on this particular pandemic time, we require to have faith that will be able to develop perseverance, and that perseverance must enable you to be complete and mature, and you shall not be lacking anything. This is my desire as we begin the journey together. Dear viewer, I want now to introduce you to verse 3 of Hebrews chapter 11, and here we want to look at God as a character, and he demonstrates what we call creative faith of God. And this creative faith of God, it's found in verse 3 that says, by faith we understand that the universe was formed of God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible. It is God's creative power that he spoke the word. And when he spoke the word, the universe came into formation. All that we see came into existence through God's command that he spoke. Therefore, what are we saying? We can bring things that are dead, the economy that is dying, the political status, the social. We can bring it down if we have Word of God in us. And in that word we hear, and then we walk the Word of God, and we speak the Word of God, just like the way God spoke through his command, and the universe was created. I also want to encourage you, my viewer, as we continue saying faith must develop, and when it develops, it must yield to perseverance, and that perseverance must complete the work, and that work, it is what should be manifested in your conduct in your life, whereby you need to be complete and you need to be lacking nothing. We are looking at the character of Abel, and we are the Abel today. And Abel demonstrated a faith of sacrifice. He appeared before God in the altar, and he gave a thanksgiving offering during that particular time. And therefore, Abel, when he appeared before God, and that is in Hebrews chapter 4 and chapter 11 and verse 4, this is what we see. By faith, Abel offered God a better sacrifice than Cain did. By faith, Abel was commended as a righteous man when God spoke well of his offering. And by faith, he still speaks, even though he is dead. A very encouraging, sacrificial faith. He appeared before God with a gift, and he wanted to worship God. And he did worship God. Brothers and sisters, who is my viewer, I want to encourage you to stand out like Abel. Desire to walk by faith. Because it is through faith he worshipped God, through his offering, through his gift. May we also worship God by offering our gift during this very time. The gift of encouraging, comforting others, the gift of prayer, the gift of singing as we walk through the COVID season. And I'm sure the power of God will enable us to get to the other level, whereby even though the economy is very down, I am sure, just like the way Abel had something to give, we also have something to give during this very time, and it only requires faith. May you continue desiring to develop and to grow so that you are complete and to be in a position to stand the test of time.